Hari Om.
Hari Om, Dinesh, how are
Hi,
you?
Em.
Hari Om. Thanks for taking the time. I hope you guys are ready with all the answers for the questions I'm going to be asking about our camp. Are you?
We'll
We
try.
will, yeah, we will try to answer them.
Okay. So this is going to be a very informal setting where we're trying to understand more about the summer camp. And we have had some questions come from different parents in this region. And we thought it would be a good idea to have you, people who have the most experience about this camp, and the ones who are also leading and organizing this camp, to tell us a little bit more about it. With that said, Sudhita, why don't you introduce yourself to the region?
Hari Om, my name is Sudhita Kasturi. I'm one of the lead organizers, as Dinesh mentioned, of the CMWRC summer camp. I've been associated with the Virginia camp for the past 16 years, though our camp has been ongoing in the DC metro area for the past 30 years. All of us work under the guidance of Swami Dhiranandaji, and all of us are volunteers who help out with the organizing of this camp.
And you, Shruti?
My name is Shruti Ramesh. Hari Om. I have been affiliated with Chinmaya Mission for the longest time, was a Bala Vihar student, participated in summer camp as a youth volunteer, then a lead volunteer, and then now I am helping coordinate the youth volunteer program.
Excellent. Sudhita, I keep hearing there is a theme for this camp. Can you talk a little bit about the theme for this camp?
Yeah, the theme this year for the camp is Mahabharata. So the students will be learning about Mahabharata. We have some art projects that tie into our theme, and they will be learning Gita chanting with Swamiji also this year.
I've heard that this camp has been typically an all-day camp, and now it's becoming virtual, and you're going to have a shortened schedule. Can you elaborate a little bit about what the children are going to experience during this camp?
Yes, typically this camp is an in-person camp, and we have three different locations that the camp runs. So it's a 10-week camp that runs in three different locations. But this year, due to the current circumstances, we are taking the camp online. The camp will be from 1 p.m. in the afternoon to 4 p.m. in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. From 1 to 2, we'll have lunch and a monitored social time. From 2 to 3, the kids will have some kind of an activity, dance, art, athletics. And from 3 to 4, they will be working with Swamiji and the bhajan teachers, learning bhajans in Hindi and Sanskrit. They will have Gita chanting, stories with Swamiji, and we'll close out the day every day with closing prayers.
That sounds quite interesting. Shruti, I keep hearing that this program is strengthened by the youth volunteers. They play a major role in the success of this camp, and you are leading them. Throw some light on what that means.
Yeah, so our youth volunteers are our high school students, who all of them are in Bala Vihar, and most of them have been campers before. So this year in the virtual camp, they'll be helping us monitor the children during their social time, getting to talk with the campers, hang out with them. Then they will be helping with during those activities that Sudhita mentioned, helping with the dance, the arts, and the athletics, participating themselves. And then they get to also listen to Swamiji's chanting and stories, again, helping monitor the children, keeping them on task.
That's good. Sudhita, one of the most common concerns in the past couple of months for parents is that the amount of time the kids spend in front of the computers, what is called the screen time. Uh, can you explain to the parents how this camp is different or how you're coping with that?
Dinesh, that is a genuine concern. With two children of my own, I see the amount of time they're in front of the computer. So we kept that in mind while designing this camp. The goal is for them to learn, but them not to be constantly glued to the screen or have to look at the screen. So for athletics, dance, they'll be moving, they're not just sitting in front of the screen. For art, the instructions will be both visual and verbal, so they can not necessarily be looking at the screen, they can still be working. And for the chanting, they will be provided with print binders, hard copies of all the material that they will be learning. So they do not have to look at the screen, they can actually look at their binder or their notebooks and learn the chanting from there. We also recognize that in this time of physical distancing, the social connection and the spiritual connection is very important. And we see that in our in-person camp, and that is what we're looking to provide in our online camp also this year. So screen time, yes, but screen time with huge pluses, absolutely yes.
And Shruti, do you believe that the youth volunteers have similar concerns, or how are they going to deal with this?
I definitely believe that the youth volunteers have the same concerns. I teach high school, so I get to hang out with these kids all the time, and there's definitely a screen time issue. But the thing is, with this camp, they're still getting to interact. They still get that interaction with both the campers, with the younger kids, but also with their peers. They'll have time to socialize with each other, and we really want to, again, enforce that social interaction time.
I I kept hearing there's a lot of movement in this camp. That's a good thing to hear, and athletics has to be part of the camp. Uh, Elaborate a little bit about what that means to the kids.
So we will be sending a kit to each one of the families, so they have athletic equipment that the students can use. This is equipment usually we use in our in-person camp, but of course that is being done in a group, in a physical setting like a field or a playground or something like that. But this year, as that is not possible, they will get individualized, age-appropriate kits that will be provided to them that will allow them to do a lot of the same exercises and do the same strength conditioning and flexibility training that Coach K does with them in person. And he's a certified personal trainer and has a specialization in conditioning. So they're a beautiful fit. And this will also allow the students to have something to hold on to while they're working out and allow them to focus on what Coach K is teaching them.
Yeah, it looks like this is a well thought out camp. And I've heard about your grand finale where I've seen videos of kids dancing, chanting, and even the youth volunteers have participated in that. Is there going to be more dancing this year? What are your plans for the dance?
So yes, we have a robust dance program, and Dinesh, like you said, every year we have this beautiful finale where the kids chant what they have learned in during the course of camp, sing the bhajans, and they perform. Each age group performs a dance on stage, including our youth volunteers. And this year, we are working on transitioning that to an online format. We have not worked out all the details yet. But we're hoping we will be able to have an online finale at the end of camp.
Excellent. And Shruti, what would the kids be, the youth volunteers be doing at this time when the kids are learning dance? Do they have a part to play for this?
Yeah, so the youth volunteers will help assist Lucky Didi with all of the dancing. And our hope is that, as in past years, we'll be able to have a youth volunteer dance as well for them to showcase their talents.
Yeah. And I have noticed from the pictures that some of the promotional material you posted out there that you have some art program too. And anything you want to add for the art program? What exactly would the kids be doing? Youth volunteers? Anything that we can learn more about it?
Yeah, so we have a team of 6 volunteers who are artistic and creative. And they do a wonderful job every year of putting together art programs that are meaningful to the students and teach various different techniques. And they are age appropriate because we have children as young as first graders and as old as 8th graders. And this year is no different. There will be a project that will tie in with our theme of Mahabharata. And there will be other projects that we have transitioned to an online medium that they will learn with the kits that will be provided to them by the art team.
Excellent. That's good to know. And going back to some of the curriculum you mentioned at the beginning of this conversation, there is Gita chanting and there is a Gita chanting competition preparation. Um, who's going to be leading that effort?
So Chinmaya Mission is doing a global Gita chanting competition this year, and we will be focusing on some of the verses of chapter 2 from the Bhagavad Gita. Swami Dhirananda ji will be teaching the verses during summer camp, so the children will be prepared and ready for the global Gita chanting competition that is to come in the latter part of the year.
Looks like the kids are going to have a leg up learning from this camp then.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Some logistic questions which we always want to know. If after watching this video, there are parents that are interested in registering their child, what would they have to do?
They can go to the Chinmaya DC website, and there is a slider there that they can click on, which will take them to the summer camp website. And there's a register button, simple, few questions, and they will be done. For any of the families that are transitioning from our in-person camp to our online camp, there's a transfer button there, and you can go ahead and take care of that. And obviously there is no payment involved to transfer from our in-person camp to our online camp.
I've heard that the fee is different for the current year compared to the prior years. Can you talk a little bit about it too?
Yes, yes. It's actually an amazing opportunity to experience our camp and pretty much get what we do in an in-person camp in an online format. But as it is online, the fee is only $100 a week. And you do have to register for 4 weeks, so it's $400 for the entire camp. We will decide towards the end of June whether we are going to add on another 2 weeks, and it will be at the same rate of $100 a week at that point of time.
And this program is run by Chinmaya Mission Washington Regional Center. Do you have to be a member of Chinmaya Mission to participate in this or register for this camp?
This camp is open to all. You do not have to be a Chinmaya Mission member to come to camp. It's a great way, again, to experience the programs that we offer and get insight into what the students learn when they are at camp.
And I'm assuming this program is open to North American region. Anyone from North America can join this camp.
Absolutely, and it's wonderful for the folks even on the West Coast because we start at 1 p.m. so the children can still sleep in and still come to camp.
Excellent. And Shruti, so we talked about how the kids can be enrolled or registered to the camp. What about youth volunteers? Do they still have opportunity to register for the youth volunteering?
So unfortunately for this year, we are no longer accepting new youth volunteers since we've already had so many applicants who've already gone through the interview process and everything. If there are people still interested in youth volunteering, we absolutely welcome to try to register again next year if they are in Bala Vihar.
Excellent. I've heard that this is a sought after volunteering program in the region and people look forward to be part of that. And a little bit more about service hours. I've heard that there are some service hour benefits from this volunteering. More points?
Yeah, so this opportunity not only allows our youth volunteers to earn service hours for their help, but also this is their opportunity to participate in all of the same activities as the campers. They are also exposed to the Gita chanting with Swamiji, so they will also be getting have that to their advantage. So in addition to all of the benefits of just being in the environment of our summer camp, they will also be earning service hours.
Good to know that. And Sudhita, in closing, a couple of more questions. Once I register to this with this camp, will you have some kind of an orientation for the parents and the children? What kind of prep steps do you have before the camp starts?
Yes, again, because we're transitioning to an online environment, things are a little bit different while still saying the same. So in the first weekend of June, We will have a parent orientation. We'll also kind of show you how the classes are going to be set up, like mock classes, and do a little tech check. Make sure that your child is set up with the correct equipment, which they probably already are because they're all doing online classes, but this is just to make sure everything is set up correctly. We will also, that will be the weekend also to get the boxes with the binder, the art equipment, the athletic equipment.
Okay. Um, one last, anything you want to summarize before we close this conversation? Any key pointers, any
Shruti,
websites,
you want to go first?
anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, so we, even in-person camp, we always say that our youth volunteers are kind of the backbone because they are our first line of defense. They have the most interaction with the children, and that's absolutely going to be the same situation with the online camp. So we really look forward to all of our youth that are helping us out. We're going to be monitoring our children so that way, not only they get to have that social interaction, but so that our campers will be able to have that social interaction in a time of our physical distancing.
Yeah, I see that you're backed by a very strong organization. There are a lot of people behind you, Shruti. You just mentioned them. There are a lot of youth volunteers. And Sudhita, I remember you mentioning beginning of this conversation that you have a large team that is actually pulling this together. I see that you're well prepared for this camp and you're going to rock this. So good luck with your camp, and I'll be more than happy to help you in any way possible. Thank you, Sudhita and
Thank you, Dinesh, for setting this up for us and doing the interview for us. And also, yes, we're just so excited that our 30-year tradition continues this year, despite all the uncertainty. You know that Chinmaya Mission Summer Camp is here for the children and providing the same level of learning and quality that we have always provided in the in-person camp. And thank you, Shruti, also for sharing those insights into the Youth Volunteer Program.
And for